conservative columnist Ann Coulter. Ann, what do you think of this law? Is it about racial profiling, as we're hearing from the pop stars?
No, though I like that listening to airheaded celebrities is almost identical to listening to news broadcasters on every station except Fox. Excuse me. No, everyone is blatantly lying about what this law does. Specifically, racial profiling is prohibited by the law. Cops, by the way, cannot initiate contact with anyone under the law whom they could not initiate contact with before. It's when they're in the process of stopping someone or arresting someone, if there's a reasonable suspicion that the person is here illegally, not based on race, not based on a suspicion of the person's national origin, but, you know, other reasons. If a cop stops a van full of a van that's speeding and 20 people get out and run in 20 different directions, that would cause reasonable suspicion. And it's not like Arizona is inventing this legal principle. There are decades of law interpreting reasonable suspicion.
But today, for example, you have people in the state legislature who were helped to draft the bill saying, you know what, we're making some changes. They call it modifications, clarifications, in order to address this racial profiling issue. So maybe they think there's an issue.
That is certainly what all of the news has been. I mean, I've never seen anything a law lied about, any public issue lied about so much. And I don't mean commentators on other stations. I mean, they are delivering the news, claiming that this is going to be racial profiling. The cops can stop anyone. It's like Nazi Germany. It is just blatant lying.
Well, wait a second. When I hear from Rick Perry, governor of Texas, and a true conservative, that, you know what, I don't want anything like this in Texas, I think to myself, hey, something's up. When I hear from people who are conservatives, right? Connie Mack in Florida. He says this is like the Gestapo,
and
asking people for their paper. And Marco Rubio.
And we're a little upset about that. Thought you were going to be good, Marco.
All right. And Karl Rove says, you know what, this doesn't think it's going to be an effective law.
Right.
All right, so what do you say?
I think they are responding to the nonsense that's being published out there. I mean, people get bullied into taking silly positions, as I said in my email to you earlier. I bet you, I mean, that 51% supporting the law, I'm shocked it's even that high based on what is said out there in the press. I mean, people are busy. They have jobs. They have families. They're listening to the commentary. They're not going and reading the law. And let me just say, everything you've heard about the law, except here tonight, is a lie. And also, shockingly, yesterday the New York Times ran an op-ed, which I linked to at AnnCoulter.com, telling the truth about the law. Read that before saying whether or not you support the law. But I think not only most Americans, but most recent immigrants from Mexico would support this law. Who are illegals taking jobs from?
But let me tell you, there's an effort underway to even have a boycott. A boycott of the All-Star game. There are lawsuits underway. We're going to talk about that later in more detail, but it seems to me that there is a nationwide movement of people saying, you know what, this is not American. They're asking people for their papers.
Yes.
It reminds them of something.
No. Okay, on the papers thing, immigrants to this country, non-citizens, are already under federal law required to carry papers. There's nothing new added by the Arizona law. This only allows the cop to ask someone whom he has already legally stopped for probable cause, and whom he has reasonable suspicion is an illegal, to ask for something that an illegal, or rather that an alien is required to carry by law anyway. So that isn't something new.
Hang on. If you're a naturalized citizen of this country,
but you're allowed to be here and be an immigrant.
Yeah, you don't have to have any papers.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. And let me just say,
if you're a non-citizen,
if you're a naturalized American citizen, or if let's say you don't have any papers, and let's say you're born in the country and you're Hispanic. You don't have to have any papers.
No, that's right. But if you are an immigrant from the Ukraine, I don't mean a citizen yet. You're allowed to be in the country and not be a citizen.
Right.
But if you're here legally and a non-citizen, you're required to carry your immigration papers.
Okay, but here's my point to you. You're driving down the street. Your family's been here for generations, Mexican Americans, whatever. The cop says, hey, you got a taillight out. I want to see your papers, Ann Coulter.
Well,
you look brown-skinned to me.
I'm glad you asked that.
Oh, you're glad? You're glad.
Because among the things you can produce are a driver's license, that driver's license that people get who don't drive, whatever that is called. There are a billion other things you can produce, and at that moment, the questioning stops.
So you think that what we were just hearing from Linda Ronstadt, who said, I'm light-skinned Mexican, so Mexican-American, so it's not going to be a problem. The cop will never ask me for my papers, But I never ask Ann Coulter for her papers. But they'll ask Juan Williams for his papers because he's got brown skin.
No, it's because you're a Democrat.
Well, good. Now I get it. Now I get it. I was wondering my whole life. You know, I asked my mother this. I said, Mom, why? You're a Democrat. I figured it out. Thank you.
But no, if I am driving a van with a busted taillight and I'm in a speeding and taking an illegal left turn and a cop stops me and 20 Hispanic-looking people who don't speak English leap out of the van and run in all directions, yes, they will ask me for my papers. And by the way, if I give them a legal driver's license, poof, that's it. No more questioning.
It couldn't be the local soccer team.
Well, there are legal principles to determine whether there was reasonable suspicion. And I just want to say one more thing on all the idiot celebrities and apparently Rick Perry, Mark Rubio, and Rick Perry, Mark Rubio, and the other one.
You're just going after people tonight.
There is also a great belief, or has been up until we got snow in all 50 states this year, in global warming. Sometimes causes are just chic, and chubby co-ed girls who want to fit in all claim to believe in global warming and claim this totally logical Arizona law is, Nazi Germany.
All right, we're going after chubby girls. More with Ann in a moment on the criminal investigation into Goldman Sachs. Is it possible that Ann and Bill Clinton agree on this one? And then political